The Sony A7IV and the Rokinon 1.8 35mm lens were the only pieces of gear I used on a recent lifestyle photo session. Here's a few tips that I kind of picked up along the way. First up, getting motion, and that does mean shutter dragging, and that also instantly means some photos are going to be out of focus, either on purpose or purposefully, for that sort of artistic look. And this is totally personal preference, and added a little bit of a warm tone to the photos. Again, personal preference and style. There are some nice sharp photos. Variety is sort of how I go about family photo sessions like this. So when you look at it in a gallery online, and I use QuickTime for this, you really don't get bored ever of looking at the photos. It's always a different angle, a little bit different style, but not too different. There is some consistency there throughout the day and throughout the photo shoot. Second thing, telling the story within the frame. I'm talking about the foreground, the midground, and the background. Whether it's Mom Caitlin looking down at Cooper opening his gifts, and you can see in front of him a bunch of toys, all that captured in one frame. And to me, that's when lifestyle photos gets into that documentary style. That's so cool, and so cool to pull off and anticipate these moments. Fingers crossed that you get a crack at it. The third thing, unique angles you don't really see a whole lot. They're experimental, and that's generally not what the photos are that people may want to print out to show off at their place of work or business. And then again, those are some of the photos that people really do gravitate towards. So shoot them. I did a top-down photo here of Cooper eating his birthday cake. Then I got lower angles, which I like to do with kids, get those heroic looking up shots of them. Angles that you just don't see that often when doing kids who are 2 years old and like, I don't even know, is he even, was he a foot something? So change those angles up. One more thing on that whole documentary style, getting your subjects, whether that be people, whether that be objects, whether that be, it could even be equipment running something. Getting it doing something in the moment, in an action, showing how tools work, using those tools, all great for pulling off your documentary style photos. And it's just almost like a cheat sheet to be able to pull off storytelling in your pictures. Also, works for video too. Timeout on the count up or count down. Not sure which way it's going, but head on over to YeagerShots.com and get yourself a shirt like this right here. Let everyone know what you're all about. Warning, if you go to a restaurant, they might want to know where your camera is. Speaking from personal experience. Photo, video, and channel themed apparel all await you at YeagerShots.com. Our fifth one is kind of maybe for full frame cameras. You can do some zooming in on crop sensor, but with the Sony A7IV, I was able to use the APS-C 35mm mode and crop in. It's not a replacement for a zoom lens, but it's a nice option to have that sits right beside having a zoom lens. Hitting a button I could do way faster than turning that zoom ring on some lenses. So use them both at the same time with a zoom lens or the APS-C crop mode hotkey to the back of your camera. Photography. I've got more thoughts on the Sony A7IV. I've got a video on the screen right now that you can click on to check out my thoughts on that. And remember to subscribe to never miss a shot from YeagerShots.com.